Hello beautiful souls and welcome to my channel. My name is Sanya and today I'm going to be discussing some topic that maybe some people don't really like, and some of you are not probably going to like what I'm going to say, but to be fair, it needs to be said. So it is going to be a bit serious topic. Today is about bringing the awareness to this. I've heard a lot about it and since I was growing up and everything, so yeah, before we start, I just want to share I'm not here to offend anyone. I'm not here to, trash anyone or whatever. It's just my opinion, what I think and believe to be true, what I've seen, listened to, had personal experiences with this. So, yeah, again, no, saying that you're wrong, saying that you're whatever. But some of you maybe really need to hear this because you didn't know anything about this. So today, I'm talking about whether fat people are lazy. Now, if you've never seen my video about laziness, I suggest you should check it out, because if you have seen it, maybe you kind of know where this video is going to be going. Let's get started. Okay, I wanted to film this video for so long. You have no idea for how long, because again, like I said, I think it really needs to be said. This is something that I listen to everywhere, and just to be clear here, when I say fat, I went on Google, I checked the definition and everything. Fat means excessive fat. It doesn't mean anything. I mean, I know in slang it means something bad. I don't use it in that context. If you're gonna get easily offended, I'm just gonna use the word overweight. So fat, not in terms of something bad, just having excess fat on your body, which is, in medical terms, I don't know, 18 to 25% is like normal. Everything above it is like, over to morbidly obese. So when I say, are fat people lazy? First of all, laziness means not being motivated. That's for me what it means, like the shortest that I can put it at. You need to know, I love watching, it's called my 600 pound life or something like that. I know it's 600 pounds something, and it's on either TLC or Quest. I don't know where you can get it, and I'm always fascinated by these people's stories. Now today I'm going to tell you why fat people are not lazy, to answer the question what I believe to be true. In terms of, first, again, for me, laziness doesn't exist. So you're either motivated to do something or you're not. Laziness as such, for me, it doesn't exist. So that's why fat people can be lazy, because for me, laziness, it's not, doesn't exist. Anyway, if you are going to put it in context that laziness is not being motivated, in that context, then yes, overweight people are lazy. But again, not in laziness that some people put, everyone has different definitions of what that word means. For me, it just means not being motivated. That's why I believe laziness doesn't exist. If you watch that show, that program, every single one of those people have been to so much pain. I still remember when this person came to a therapist. Almost everyone go to the therapist after they have surgery, and the therapist just asks, have you ever had mental abuse? Yes. Have you ever had physical abuse? Yes. Have you ever had sexual abuse? Yes. In those 5 seconds, it was yes to all 3, just like that. Yes, yes, yes. And I was shocked. A lot of those people don't even share what happened. A lot of those people keep it inside. Some of them don't even know what happened. I want to say every single person that is overweight for a reason. Now, obviously, there can be medical issues. I'm not going to mention every single reason why someone can be overweight, but it can be medical issues why someone can be overweight. It can be terrible trauma that's happened to someone, either in childhood or even later. It can be someone that is depressed, if they're not living their authentic self, if they're trying to be someone else, that can also cause to being overweight. Any person that is mentally healthy, that hasn't had to that degree that big trauma, will go to some sort of comfort. For some people is alcohol, for some people is drugs, for some people is maybe working too much, for some people could be food. It can be to any single thing. It doesn't have to be just food, but for these people, they have chosen food. Like I said, for some could be drugs. So just keep in mind, next time when you hear that some, or see that some person is overweight, because I hear it so many times and I'm like, do you even know these people's stories? Do you even know why they're overweight? Do you think that like they don't want to be like that? It's just, for them, why aren't they motivated? Again, if we're going from looking from that perspective, because if you're dealing with so much trauma in your head, your first thing on the list, it's not going to be putting less food in my system. The pain is like number one thing in their heads. What they want to do and be is happy, and they can't get that. They search comfort in food. Just keep in mind that if this person, and I have to mention, like, every single one of them has been through some sort of abuse in that show, in that program. It doesn't happen just because someone is lazy. Okay, I'm gonna be lazy, I'm just gonna stuff myself with food. It just doesn't go like that. Someone needs to have deep, painful reason, again, not always, to get to such a degree. Again, every time I see that 600-pound life, I'm just in shock. Like, how did they even survive that? Not the fact that they're being overweight, but mentally, how come you're still alive and you're still trying to somehow live, and you're still, it just fascinates me. For me, and then again, to see people that they just call fat people out, they're just lazy, like, what are they doing, on they should know better, and if they get their ass off the couch, they would whatever. Again, if you knew those people's stories, I mean, sometimes you watch a film and the main character is a villain, but because you know his story, when he shoots all these people, you're like, yeah, you're doing it, you're getting your revenge or whatever. But for some person you don't know the story, you're already judging them. You're already like, oh, they're just lazy. You don't know these people's stories. It can also be negligence in the house. It can be so many things. But I was just shocked how many of them have actually been through one, two, or all three of stages of abuse. It's just, again, when I said I've been through similar things, I haven't been to that much overweight, but the first time I actually was overweight was when I got sexually abused. I nearly got raped, and luckily I was saved like in the last second. But for me, I so understand those people, and they said, in my head, if I eat so much and get to that point where I'm just disgusting, no one will ever touch me again. And that actually defense mechanism could be stronger than, being fit and being lean. For me, I was always working out. I always was practicing some sort of sport. I was always physically active. I was never to that point overweight. I was always skinny. I was always like, I never even had to think about it. I never thought about food. And I don't think even I realized how much I gained weight in that like 2-3 month period. I almost think it was subconsciously to one point, right up until I stepped on the scale. I even remember my brother laughing at me. No one in my family knew about this, by the way. And I just didn't want to mention anything about that again. And I remember my brother laughing at me how big I've gotten and how much I weight put on. And again, no one really knew why. No one knew that. And then afterwards, when I read those things, that people who went through sexual abuse actually think like that, again, whether subconsciously or consciously, that if you stuff yourself with food, if you do get bigger, no one will ever touch you and you don't have to go through that trauma again. So again, you please don't use that sentence again. Like I said, for some of you, you don't like to hear this just because you're still in your head. You want to be right. No, they're actually lazy. But again, it's much deeper than that. It's much stronger than that. It's not that simple. Even to this day, if I go outside, it doesn't even affect just food. It affects your whole life. If I go outside, I remember few weeks back, someone shouted something through the car about me wearing a skirt or something. I already felt uncomfortable. I already wanted to go and no, I need more food. I need more food. I am over it to a degree, but I can't say it didn't affect my life. I can't say that still to this day I'm a bit cautious, what I'm gonna wear, how I'm gonna look like, not to put, over to expose myself. It's really, really hard. Again, I've been through mental and physical abuse from my father, so that didn't help, but that wasn't the reason why I had food issues. For me, and the reason why I was overweight was that I nearly got raped, and that was for me, and that I was 13. And you hear stories when they were sexually abused at 6, at 7. I'm just, again, shocked. Some of these people didn't, their parents or, family didn't even know about this. And for me, everyone who's struggling with something, that's why I want, first of all, to bring awareness. Because if some person is overweight, the last thing you want to do is say something bad, throw insults or whispering behind their back, oh, they're lazy or whatever, or look how big they are. Or that's the last thing that person needs. What that person needs is dealing with that trauma and trying to deal the best way, the best way that they can. It's really, really, again, I'm not saying this is the only reason why someone can be overweight. I think on the other side of the scale could be even boredom. Probably someone who's bored, let's just eat something. I like all the shows about food, about anything, whether it's too skinny, too big, too whatever. Just like seeing these people's stories. I want to know why they got that way. I want to, hear what has gotten them to the point where they don't like themselves. Why did they go? And now they want to change it, but sometimes they get stuck in that trauma in their head, so they can't move on, so they need help from an expert. But that can happen as well, simply boredom. For me, I think if you're living the most authentic, happy self, you're gonna be the best version of yourself. If you have self-love, you're not gonna go to the degree to look something that you don't want to look like, unless, again, medical issues and all of that. Although even with raising the vibrations, that can also be, you can get better with it, but again, that's a different topic. So the main point today is, are fat people lazy? No. There are all sorts of reasons why they are the way they are. The food is just a symptom. Being overweight is just a symptom. It's not the cause. Always remember, being overweight is just a symptom of something that is lying deep in that person. The pain that they're going through, whether it's, it doesn't have to be, again, to that extreme, but until someone has, self-love, until you're happy, until you're being authentic, that can, again, just stay like that. The cause needs to be dealt with. And every time I'm talking about these topics, I always say, get help. You don't need to talk to your family if you feel uncomfortable, or if they're not going to support you. You have apps today where you can find therapists online and just even text with them. You can call. It doesn't have to be costly. You don't have to pay a lot of money to actually get help. In England, you can try go 111 and see what they're gonna, tell you. If you say, listen, I need someone, I need to talk to someone, just try regardless. I've mentioned in some of the video, I wish I got help when I was that young. I wish I wasn't taught that you shouldn't really talk about things that are gonna make other people maybe uncomfortable. You should make people uncomfortable. You can't solve these things if you can't solve them on your own, which most people can't. You need professional help. If you don't feel good, if you don't feel well in life, if you don't feel love for yourself, that's gonna affect everyone else anyway. So you might as well go, ask for help, talk to someone. If you're dealing with something, at least talk to someone you can trust, that they're gonna listen to you. Sharing with someone is already part of a healing, already one step in that process. Don't keep it inside. A lot of people that keep everything inside because they don't want to hurt someone, they don't want to, it's not their problem that I'm dealing with this. It should be everyone's problem. Until you heal, until you can get help, until you can actually sort yourself out and realize that you can heal from this, and you actually do as much as you can. I'm not saying that this maybe experience that you had is not gonna, disappear just like that. It's not. But there is help for it. There are experts that are dealing with this sort of thing. There are methods that you can do with therapists, with psychologists, with professional people, that they know what they're doing, that they've had results with other people. But in order to do that, you need to ask for help. You need to, however you can. When I went to high school, we actually had psychologists, and a few times I wanted to go there, and I'm like, no, I don't want to bother them. What if I talk to them and then they talk to the school director, and then they call my parents, and I'm like, I just don't want to bother anyone. I don't want to hurt them. I should have. The second it happened, the first thing I should do is call the police. Simple as that. Call the police. Call everyone. Just get everyone involved. I nearly got raped. I was screaming. There were people just watching, not even helping. I was like, what the hell are you doing? Until and this was my elementary school prom. So to actually, have all these kids just watching, it's something being exciting. And then two of my mates heard me, and then they just saved me in the end. And well, that's prom ruined, just a bit. But again, everyone has a story. Try not to judge people until you hear their story. Try to understand them. You have alcoholics that, that it's more known about it, that they actually have something that is hurting them. That's why they're alcoholics. It's the same with people that are eating too much food. They find comfort. They, like I said, in my case, I just wanted to get too big so no one could look at me, so no one can ever touch me, so I will never go through that experience again. It's really, really hard to be in that position. It's really hard to go something. No one should go through that. But again, don't keep it to yourself. If you are a person that is dealing with something like this, it doesn't have to be food, anything related to this, please ask for help. I'll always keep saying that. Please ask for help. Professional help. Any chance that you can get. It doesn't have to cost a penny, nothing. Ask for help. Go online, join groups where other people have experienced that. Try talking to them. Maybe they can redirect you to someone who can, help you in any way possible. Just search in any way that you can and get help if you need help. The more people you can get involved, if you can. Again, I wish I did. Now, knowing that I'm older, I know that you shouldn't keep things inside. You shouldn't keep secrets. You shouldn't hide from the world. You should not worry. Oh, I don't want to worry them. Worry them. Simple as that. This is so, so important. Really worry them, because nothing will get solved. The way that my life spiraled, it's shocking. And all I kept trying to do, put on a brave face, put on, oh, I'm happy. I remember one person actually telling me, you were laughing the most while you had your worst period in your life, which was true. I was always trying to pretend that, I'm happy, nothing's actually happening in my life, everything is fine, don't worry about me, it's just everything is going to sort themselves out. I was always happy, I was always joyous, no one actually knew how much I was hurting inside. Again, don't do that. If I could go back in time to that experience, I would get every single person in town involved. Not only my parents, not only the school, everyone. I would go on news, don't do these things. You should stop these things. I would ask for a psychologist, anyone that can help me. We should be able to talk about these things, to raise our voices, to say this isn't normal, but not only that, to actually try to heal from it. Oh, I really hope I made a point with this. I really hope I opened my eyes to those people who just say they are lazy, that's why they're overweight. There's always, again, being overweight is just a symptom. That's it. There's always a story behind it. You don't have to know the story. You don't have to ask people, oh, what is your story? What you need to do is just understand them. And maybe you have someone in your school or at your workplace, and just try to be nice. Just try to understand, okay, this person has some story behind this. This is just a symptom. God knows what they're going through. If they can find only comfort in food, which is, again, it's not a bad thing. It's not like, oh, I'm doing it wrong, I'm finding comfort in food. Again, it's just a symptom. Know that these people are, like, again, not all of them, but a lot of them are in pain. All of them have stories behind it. Don't judge them. Don't talk badly about them. Just send them love. Send them love. Be kind to them. To people that are hurting the most, people that are hurting the most need love the most. Just give them love, give them trust, give them confidence that they can do this, that they can heal, that they are worthy, that they do deserve love. Please be kind, be gentle. And yeah, that's all I have to say about this. So let me know if you have anything to add to this. Let me know if you see maybe from different perspective now. Yeah, love you so much. See you next time. Bye.